Hi, and welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Eric, joined by my good friend here,
Hi.
Angel. Um, we are excited to bring you some One Life to Live. This is, I think, is it our first One Life to Live?
I
I don't know
think
if
it
they did
is.
it before.
I think this is the first one I've lived on this channel.
Uh, and we're bringing you Vicky Splits. Can you figure that out?
Has nothing to do
We're
with
covering.
bananas.
Tell me, you'll roll the credits and we'll chat. All right. So I'm going to dedicate this episode to the great Andrea Evans,
hmm
who played Tina. Do you know all her names? Tina,
Tina,
Lord,
Clayton, Lord.
Manning, Clayton.
I don't think she
What
was
was
married
Ford's
at
last
first.
name? Buchanan? Was Clint Buchanan? Not Clint.
Wait, hold on.
Ford.
Let me look on Wikipedia real quick.
All right.
Tina, Clayton, Roberts, Rogan, Vickers.
She married a lot of people.
Yeah,
Um, she played Tina from 78 to 81, 85 to 90, 2008, and 2011.
hmm
She unfortunately passed away last year, July 9th, 2023, of breast cancer at the young age of 66 years old. She also played on Young and the Restless as two different characters. She was Patty in 1983
Patty
and
Williams. Yep.
Tawny in 2010, who was, what's her name's mom? Amber's mom,
Amber
right?
Moore's mom, so she also played on The
Yeah,
Bold and the Beautiful.
right. She was on Bold and the Beautiful as Tawny from 99 to 2011. I think she was recurring in
She was on and
2011.
off, yeah.
Yeah. She played Rebecca on Passions from 2000 to 2008.
hmm
She played in another online soap called Divinity, which I watched, and it's amazing. If
The
you've never
Vanity
seen
was
it,
so good.
it was good, right?
So good.
I think I watched it all in like a few hours. It's like super short.
It is.
Um, and she also played in The Bay as Patty and Jillian from 2017 to 20. So she's a huge soaper and a
hmm
huge loss to us in the soap community. Anyway, so I started last night like doing this. It was like really, remember the first one was like super fuzzy and like I couldn't even like hear what they were saying. I'm like, what is
hmm
happening here? So I got like nervous. I was like, oh man, am I gonna be able to watch this? So we watched basically a ton of clips
hmm
from One Life to Live that are on YouTube. You can see them on YouTube. Hunt them down. A little out of order here and there, so my notes might be a little shoddy. Um, so Vicky is like having a dream about Tina, asking her like why won't she help find her father? So I guess and Tina's been around, so this is 1984, I think we're watching, right? Or 85? 85?
So I think that I wonder if the first clip was 84 because um Andrea Evans came back in 85, and we know that because one of the clips
Mm,
mentions it.
yes.
Mentions that she's returned. That Andrea
Yeah,
Evans returned.
that was a good return, right? Because usually they wouldn't do that. They were like, Andrea Evans returns to the role, like this whole long
Yeah, so
thing. I'm like,
they've done that with Rachel Court. I think the only other time I've heard they've done that was with Rachel Corey and On Another World with Robin Strasser. And
oh,
Brenda Dixon. Yeah, They did that with Brenda Dixon too.
on
Yep,
Y&R.
yep on YNR.
Brendan Brenda Dixon was something when this
She was.
her Jill. I wish they were like all around, like all available because I would watch all of her Jill because she
hmm
is so good. Anyway, so Vicky has this dream. Clint comforts her, so Clint and her are together at this point.
hmm
Um, the next clip we have Vicky and Tina are fighting about letters that she has. She won't say where she found the letters. And apparently her mom was Irene Manning, right?
hmm
And was a house guest at Land Fair in 1961. Um, I guess Victor was like helping her out or something because they had a
Uh-huh.
mansion. Even though this mansion doesn't really look that big, you only see like the same three rooms. And I don't think they ever show a kitchen, but I could be wrong.
Not in the
Um,
80s. I know in the 2000s they did. They have the kitchen.
um, Tina gets on her. She thinks she's hiding something. Um, Tina says she will find out the truth. Vicky acts kind of out of character, in a
Mm-hmm.
way, and she has a flashback about Irene. She reads the letter that Tina brought, and it says that her dad is the same. Well, Victor wrote the letter that says that he is her father, with Irene being her mother. So they
Mm-hmm.
slept together in 61, and Tina was born in 62. So they're half sisters. Um, and she said that she never got a hold of the letter. The letter was addressed to Vicky. She never seen it,
Mm-hmm.
so she doesn't understand where it came from. And she and I put Vicky snaps. Tina says she can't
Yeah.
tell her where she got the letter from, but Vicky isn't even acting like another personality at this point. She's just kind of like just mad. I guess because like
Yeah.
she has her like idealistic father in her head. Like her father was the greatest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
And for anyone to come into play like that's like messing with her father, she's like seems to be like really upsets her.
Yeah.
Probably because she has a lot of pent up emotion, as we
Mm-hmm.
all know, what comes up. She says that she forged the letter. Vicky says um, Tina wants to um, make her father look like he was a dirty old man. Tina brings up Dorian. Um, Vicky is super mad, like she just is just beyond herself at this
Mm-hmm.
point. Um, I think Tina says that she wanted Dorian to verify the letter
Mm-hmm.
was Victor's. Vicky says Dorian is evil and used her to pull off this hoax. Dorian is mad that Vicky got his fortune and she only got $1, which is messed up.
That was messed up. But I think it's also because, well, at the time, we all thought that Dorian killed Victor.
Victor.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why that happened.
I wonder if they ever go into. I'm trying to think because they changed that story. I feel like so many times because
They
we end up
did.
with like Todd and all that stuff, and then Victor with the other one,
Mm-hmm.
in the future. So I don't know um when all that changes, but hopefully we'll find out through what's coming up or whatever. Um, so she mentions to Tina that she'll forget about it if she never brings it up again.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky begins basically to have a breakdown. She has flashbacks to her dad saying he was proud of her. Vicky was only 19 in these flashbacks, and she has like this like it's like
It's like a
current
pony.
Vicky, but with like
It's Carmen Piggy with a ponytail and like and dressed all nice. Thought that was cute. I was like,
right.
it's like they really got 35-year-old Erica Slade that can do this. Okay,
I
we'll
know,
play with it. We'll work with it.
I know. And he said something like he wished for a boy, but she was a girl, whatever, and a disappointment. And but he actually does love her, and she's a lord through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Clint comes home. He blames Tina, says they can kick her out. Vicky all of a sudden is like, seems kind of calm, and she's like, "No, it's fine." Um, then she's like, says like she's a lying, scheming witch like her mama. She, I'm very confused at what's happening with Vicky, but I guess Vicky is just in shock.
Uh huh.
Like, I don't know. Um, then Clint suggests that he take her to like an island getaway. She says no, stop pressuring her. She apologizes for flipping out. And she's like, somebody has to get back to the banner. The banner is
The
Victor's
newspaper she
paper
runs.
that she runs.
Yeah.
And I guess there's like a celebration, like a gala coming up of like 30 or
Yeah,
40
it's the
years or
50th
something.
anniversary of the guy
A
of
50.
the banner.
30, 40, or 50. I'm like, whatever it is. Um, she has flashback. Vicky has flashbacks again. She's about to knock on the door and she hears Irene like saying Victor's name. She
Mm.
opens the door and we don't like see anything. We're just like left wondering what the hell's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have that the note says March 1962, Irene gave birth, um, and he was the daddy. Vicky goes through drawers and pulls out a wig.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did she keep this secret thing? Like, how'd she have this wig? Does she always just like keep it around?
I'm guessing because why would you have the wig if you know that triggers your personality?
Right. I was confused by that. It's like a weird, like, I don't even know what the case is. Like a weird, I don't know. It's weird.
It looked like a drawer, but
Yeah, it's like, but it was like, it looked like, I'm trying to think, like one of those big, long tub things, but like it opens and then drawers come out, and there's like
oh, I
boots
know
and
what you're talking
wigs in
about.
there. Yeah, like I can't remember what it's called exactly. Like a chest, like
The
a,
chest, yeah.
yeah, it's weird. It's like a undiscovered chest. Like I don't know, it's weird. But maybe Nikki hid it. I don't, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's in the attic. They never say like where it is either. Vicky goes to a bar, with this wig on. She meets a guy. We don't know that it's Vicky at first. We just see like her from the side or the back, whatever. She meets
Hmm.
a guy named Bill. Says her name is Nicole Smith, and then they show her.
Hmm.
And she seems to like know people at this bar. She knows the bartender. So I'm like, I'm confused by
I
it. Like
know
I'm
this
like,
happened before.
like,
I think this is.
oh
I
wow,
think
like in
you.
the 70s, right?
Yeah, I think in YouTube on YouTube this is like there might be something from the 70s or from her first year or from the first year of One Life to Live. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really dig that deep
I
into it.
I did read in 1969 was the first time Nikki Smith came out. Um and then I also read I think something in the 70s as well. So she comes out occasionally.
Yeah, so
Um
yeah, and at that point in 1969 she was played by Gillian Spencer.
oh really?
Yeah, so actually Erica Slezak is a recast.
Mm.
Yep.
Um so Nicole seems to know the bartender. She buys Bill a drink. She asks about Harry, who runs Lord Manning. I don't know what Lord Manning is. Do you know what that is?
And then,
I don't know what that is. I don't know
I
if
don't know
it's
what
a
that is either.
paper,
Might be a competing paper, yeah. Yeah.
but Nicole uses the payphone to call Lord Manning, um, plant, whatever it is. She can't get a hold of him, Harry. She heads out and says that she will be back. Now that's the thing, like I don't know if well, it said on the online that this was the first reappearance of Nikki,
Hmm.
but how does she know the bartender and stuff? And like know this Harry, like maybe they go way back. I don't know the
Yeah, probably
situation.
go way back.
Yeah, it's weird. But Nicole sees Harry, and then that's like the end of that clip, I think. We see Jenny is snooping around and finds Vicky's wig. She goes off on Vicky, wants her to tell Clint what's happening and talk to a doctor. Vicky says not tonight. So I don't know if Jenny found out almost immediately. Um, and how is Jenny related to Vicky? Do you know?
I feel
They
like
seem
that
tight.
they're family friends. Um, I
They seem
forgot what
really
Jenny's
tight
last
knit.
name was. Was it Rinaldi at
Jenny
this
might
point?
be live. She might be living at Landfair too. And I know
Yeah,
Jenny
I
doesn't get
believe they're
married.
family friends because I know if her name was if this was Jenny Wolek, the Lord
Yeah,
like the Lord, well, Vicky and the Woleks are like good friends. Like she's friend like there's Larry Wolek, there's
yeah, I think
Karen.
you're right.
Yeah, I think
Well,
they're family
I
friends.
know that David guy that is mentioned is Roger from Guiding Lights.
Yes, Dave Rinaldi.
And I did see a picture in like my One Life to Live book of him and Jenny, and they get married, I think, in '85. So
Yeah.
at this point, I don't even know if they're together because they mention him, but we don't see him or anything.
Mhm.
Um, so anyway, Vicky and Clint are getting ready for the 50th gala
Mhm.
of the newspaper. Bo comes in and compliments them. I just wanted to make a point that Bo was there. He didn't really do much. At the gala, Vicky welcomes everyone. Banner's 50th anniversary banquet. She talks about her dad, Victor Lord, starting the paper. I put weird music plays because
Yeah.
I guess something was like she just kept going on and on and on. But I'm like, she's just giving her speech, so I don't know. Was it supposed to be weird? I didn't know what was happening. Um, she mentions a Harry O'Neill who is like with Dorian, like they're sitting together for some
Mhm.
reason. And Harry O'Neill is the guy that she was trying to get on the phone that works at Lord Manning, whatever that is.
Mhm.
Um, letter turns up. The letter was in all of their little pamphlets or something, because maybe that's why the music was playing, because everybody's reading this letter and they're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
She snaps.
It was weird.
It was. Clint yells at Tina to get out. Kim took the kids home. Vicky wants to say the letter is a forgery. She steps out to gather her thoughts. Tina and Mitch are there. Vicky comes back and says the letter is a fraud. Um, she says she will tell them when and if it's true, because
Mhm.
that's, what the banner does, I guess.
Yeah.
Vicky talks to Tina on stage and outs Tina and slaps her. Bam!
Slaps her. Boom. Like that was good.
I, s- I swear, I think they really slapped each other back then because the slaps in the 80s look way better than the current ones.
They connected better.
I think they did. Um, Tina and Mitch are talking. She is concerned about Vicky's mental health. Mitch is just like, I don't know exactly what his end game is.
I
Do
don't know
you?
either.
But he's really just doesn't give a flying shit about anybody.
Mm-mm.
And he's just like,
I don't know
do
what
what you
his end
gotta
game was
do, get
in
your
in the
money.
in the 2000s either. So
What was his end game? I think he just wanted to kill people, I feel
yeah,
like,
I think he just did want to kill people.
and then he was supposed to be in a cult, but at this point, like I don't know if he's in the cult or was he? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know his
that's what
situation.
I heard. I thought he was in the cult.
Yeah, I remember him being frightening on every show that he's been on.
Yeah, which also rest in peace to Roscoe Bourne, who
Yeah,
played Mitch.
yeah, I know he's a good dude, and he was actually like a good guy in Paper Dolls, which is a Gone Too Soon soap from the
Yeah,
80s.
he was a good guy on The City, I think too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wasn't like he was like more of a. I want to. He wasn't a villain. He was more of a bad boy, but he with a heart of gold sort of thing.
Oh,
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was good in The City.
that's fun. He has good chemistry with everybody on the cast. He
Yeah, he
always has good
does.
chemistry with every soap he's on. He's just like,
Yeah.
I guess he's like a cool dude. Because I feel like that brings you good chemistry when when you're like a good person, kind of.
Mhm.
Um, so uh, they know that like Vicky is Nicki, and they want to like somehow get Nicki to come to the surface.
Mhm.
Um, for some reason. Um, Tina doesn't want to do that, but Mitch kind of sways her. Um, he mentioned saying he wrote the note for her, but I don't know what note he's referring to. Because I know he didn't write that note, right?
Yeah, he didn't write the. Victor wrote the note.
Right. That's why I was confused at that. Because he mentions Dorian's party, so I guess Dorian's having a party. Then she comes
Mhm.
by, she has to cancel the party. Um, Tina introduces Mitch to Dorian, so I guess she didn't know who Mitch was until this episode.
Yeah.
Um, she says she will reschedule the party, says she will announce that Tina as her stepdaughter at the party, which I don't know if they have the party. Like, I think it might have happened, like, in some of
Mhm.
the episodes that we don't have. because I think they talk about it a little. Um, Mitch basically pushes Dorian to have the party. She says no. Mitch says something like the Buchanans will be there and everywhere, and then Dorian kind of goes with it, and she's like, yeah, but we'll just keep it a surprise
Yeah,
because I guess she likes, she likes milking the Buchanans and stuff, or messing
she
with them.
does.
And then she's hoping that Vicky will show up as well because she does not like Vicky.
Mhm.
But I always did love the Dorian and Vicky connection because like
Mhm.
she always wants to push Vicky, but where her mental health comes into play, Dorian's not all about that. And I always
Yeah.
like that about her because she doesn't go that far. Like she'll
Mhm.
go far enough, but then if she sees any sign of like Vicky's alter, she's like, stop it. Like she'll stop whatever she got to do. But then a lot of times it's too late. As Dorian, we know, mostly gets in, trouble like that.
Yeah, especially in the '90s when we'll get to that, but like,
Yeah. Um, Nicole and Harry, um, I put are having an affair. So I guess they might have slept together. I'm not sure
I'm
because
guessing that's what happened.
I think that's what Mitch mentioned. Mentions taking Vicky down to a secret room. I don't know how Mitch found out about the secret room, but he
Mm.
knows about it. That there's a secret room in Landfair. And we see Vicky hanging out with her kids, little Kevin and little Joey,
Little Joey, Jessica's not around yet.
who grow up to be 25 different actors every other year. Um, I think they just couldn't write for them. I think that's what the problem was.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
Yeah. Kim sends the boys upstairs. Kim is like, I guess they're a living nanny. I don't know what
Mhm.
she is. Um, Dorian and Mitch meet up for lunch. He says he's just trying to help Tina. Clint asks Dorian how she got in Landfair. Vicky calls to talk to Jenny, can't get her. Dorian says she used the key to get into Landfair. I think, is that when Tina let her in?
I think that's when Tina let her in. Yeah.
I don't know. This is our clips are a little out of whack. Sorry, people.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how Clint found out either, because they didn't show that in any of these clips.
Mhm.
Clint says something like that the locks were changed, so she couldn't have possibly have gotten in on her own. Um, I love this is what I always love about Dorian. She feels assaulted by Clint. She always goes dramatic, like when he just like asks her about the keys, and she's like, "I feel assaulted by him. Like, how dare he?" Like when she's the one that's like being like a culprit, like so funny.
Yeah.
Um, Dorian says that she will take her into the secret room. Tina and Mitch talk about their plan. Mitch say Tina looks like her mom. I guess he looked at the picture or something
Mhm.
that Tina had. We have this weird disco ball spinning. Mitch and Harry are both seen, and Vicky wakes up from some dream. Tina sneaks in Landfair. Vicky and Jenny talk. Went to a doctor. Nothing is wrong. She says that she is frightened. So, too, like a lot of these things might have happened in
Wait, you
episodes
mean
that we
Vicky
don't
might be
have.
pregnant?
I don't think so. Oh no, about her mental state, I
Her
think.
mental state. Okay.
I think that's, remember when Jenny was looking in the attic? I think that's what it was for, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
I guess she's probably like tried to she probably convinced Jenny to not say anything to Clint if she goes to get help like on her
Mhm.
own. But by doing all of these things and plus Nikki being around, it's throwing like a wrench into her and Clint as well,
Yeah.
as we see in these upcoming clips. Um, Clint kicks Tina out. He says he would have kicked her out of town if he could. Tina was going to pretend to be the ghost of Irene, or this is what he accuses her
Mhm.
of, and like haunt Vicky somehow. I don't really know what the plan was with that. I don't know if that was what she was going to do, but it doesn't sound good.
No, it
But
doesn't.
again, Mitch is making her do all these things and kind
Mhm.
of like swaying her and all that crap.
Yeah.
Tina goes to Dorian. We have a flashback. Vicky saw a picture of Irene, threw it in the fireplace, and left. Um, Tina says she found keys and bumped into Clint. Dorian says she will help get what is hers. Mitch tells Tina about his lunch, and she slaps him. That's my note. Tina goes to Dorian and asks about Harry O'Neill. She tells Dorian about having a higher social status as a lord.
Mhm.
So she's trying, and I think wait, Tina asks why they broke up. So I guess Dorian was dating that Harry O'Neill guy.
Mhm.
Dorian says that she dumped him because she was basically over him because he's a lower class and all that stuff, which we all know is not true. We all know that he's seeing Nikki Smith,
Mhm.
even though we haven't seen them together in any of these clips.
Mhm.
So it's a little disappointing, but whatever. Um, Dorian, I don't know if any of these are out there. I guess not, like the other episodes of 85.
Yeah.
Dorian wants to know the woman's name that is involved with Harry. Tina won't say. Mitch seems to be coming on to Dorian a little bit. And there's a guy, Brad, with them. I don't know who he is.
Mhm.
And I have during that we have a song, an actual song played. "One More Night" by Phil Collins was playing in the background.
Yeah.
Classic '80s tunes. I miss
One
them. They could.
more night.
I
Yes.
wish. I wish they could use like real songs on there again.
Mhm.
Um, Mitch seems to be like charming Dorian, so I guess his stuff with Dorian goes all the way back to that, which is kind of cool because when remember when she came back, they were married
Mhm.
in 2003, I think.
Yep.
Um, Tina comes and hugs Mitch. She basically like claiming him because he was getting a little too chummy with Dorian. Um, Tina goes to Dorian's the next day, says, "Oh, Dorian, you're my best friend," and like trying to warm up to her. Dorian ain't having it.
Mhm.
She's like, "What are you up to? Like, tell me what you want to do." Like, she's like, "I don't believe anything you say. What are you doing?" Tina tells Dorian about the secret room in Landfair. She says that Victor had taped conversations with women, and he also has like monitors and all kinds of crap and letters.
Mhm.
Um, so we're finding out like that Victor is like an ultimate villain of some sort.
Mhm.
Um, she says um, her love changed him. If you saying Victor, I guess because Dorian was feeling a certain way, because she didn't really know him just as much as
Mhm.
Vicky didn't really know him.
Yeah.
Um, Dorian seems interested in the stuff that Tina's saying because she's like, "What did you find? Like, I need, like, I need to see what's going on here." And she basically says, like, "I want to see the secret room first before, um, you know, I try to lure Vicky down there."
Mhm.
Um, and Tina says she wants her to show Vicky the room. Tina asks if there's anything for her in the room. Dorian knows she isn't telling the whole truth. Tina says Clint knows about the room as well, which
Mhm.
we didn't see that again. Tina takes Dorian to the secret room. They have monitors all over the place that show in every room of the house.
Mhm.
They talk about how Vicky split in two because her dad like pressured her to be like the best and whatever, and I guess whatever it it messed her up. Um, Dorian wants to see where Tina got the letter, and Tina brings this box over. Dorian says she wants to go through everything. Um, uh, Dorian says she isn't sure she wants to be the oh she's not sure if she wants to break the news to Vicky about her dad being a total mess of a human being. Tina says she has to leave, and Dorian's like afraid to be locked down there.
Yeah.
Tina also says that the room is completely soundproof, so she's like, what if I get locked in? Like, what if something happens? And Tina's like,
Yeah,
well, if I don't hear from you, I'll come back the next day.
yeah, because they're like helicopters or something. There was something in there was some kind of noise.
Yeah.
It's like helicopters or something. Like there was all over land. Was it Landfair? I think it was Landfair. Yeah.
Dorian has another flashback to a dude saying there has to be paper proof for a tape to be used in court. So I guess because he said his will on a tape,
Hmm.
I think that they played it or whatever because it says that's where they it says that Dorian got left $1.
Yeah.
Um,
Gosh. They'll never not make me laugh.
yeah. So we have this guy Herb comes and talks to
Herb Collison.
Dorian. I think so.
Yeah.
Is that's Cassie's adopted dad, I
Cassie's
believe.
adopted that. Yeah, Cassie.
She wants to talk to him about Cassie, mentions David, um, leaving Cassie. So I guess David is with Cassie at this point,
Hmm.
which I didn't even know he was with because isn't he like relatively older? Isn't Cassie like 20 back then? Or
Cassie's
even
like
younger?
young. Yeah, relatively young, and David's a little older.
Yeah. Cassie wants to find her real dad, I guess, and she doesn't want Cassie to go to Europe. Um, Dorian listens to Victor's will. It was from 1976, and he reads the entire estate goes to Vicki, and she gets $1. Tina calls. Dorian says yes, she will go to the secret room with Vicki. Yeah, so Dorian, this is where Dorian had that really cute dress on when she goes to
Hmm.
see Vicki at the at the house. And she's like, oh, she, her, Jenny and Vicky are with her, and she's like, "Do you want to, like?" She's like, "I just want to talk to you for 10 minutes. Like that's all I
Hmm.
need." And like Vicky's getting ready to go to a doctor's appointment, which I'm thinking is a psychiatrist, but
Hmm.
not really positive. Um, and she tells her basically like about the secret room. She's like, "There's a secret room back here," and talks about her dad a little bit. Um, and then she shows her like how to get into the secret room. Vicky didn't know about it. They walk downstairs, whatever. Um, and then she shows her the room, and Vicky's just like in shock because she's just like, and she sees like the chairs that like she's like, oh, those chairs. My mom wanted to get rid of those chairs, but my dad
Hmm.
said, he picked them up, whatever, and he said he threw them out, but he really put them in the secret room. And she's just like kind of like in shock seeing all of this stuff, and she seems a little
Yeah.
distracted. And then Dorian kind of goes on like how Dorian does. She's just like, so yeah, he was doing, and I feel like Dorian pulls back too. She's like, so yeah, he watched everything, he knew everything, and like, and Dorian and Vicky's kind of like, I don't like, I can't handle this, I can't handle this, and then Dorian's like, well, don't lose what you had about your dad. There was good about him. Like she tries to like
Yeah.
equal herself out because she knows that she doesn't want to like make Vicky break. Um, and she didn't think she think I guess she didn't really know like she didn't know what Tina and Mitch were planning.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously she finds that out now. So anyway, Vicky goes a little berserk and then she just like holds her head and is just like smiles and then there's just like and she turns and she's like, where am I? What are you doing here? Like and then she kind of I forget how she snaps out of it that time. She basically snaps out of it, Vicky
Hmm.
does, and is upset that Dorian saw her alternate come out.
Hmm.
And she's like, just goes kind of crazy. She's like, you can't tell anybody about this. This is so, like, don't tell Clint, don't do this. And Dorian's
Hmm.
like, listen, we gotta tell, we gotta tell him. Like, you can't do
Hmm.
this. Like, you can't do this alone. Like, she's like, I will never, she's like, as much as I don't like you, I will never use this against you.
Hmm.
Hence why I love Dorian. Um, so then um, they come out of the thing or whatever, and Clint is there. And I think, is Jenny there too? I forget.
I forgot if Jenny was there.
She says she needs help. Nicole Smith is back. Vicky is upset and begs Clint to believe her.
Mhm.
Um, Jenny says no one will send her away because Vicky's freaking out, saying thinking she's going to
Mhm.
go to a sanitarium. I guess they might have done that in the 70s. I'm not really positive. Dorian apologizes and Nikki comes back in front of Clint. And she's like, who's this guy? What are we doing up here? What's going on? Yeah, things getting wild. Jenny tells Nikki that she is Vicky and basically shakes her till she comes back. So I'm like, well, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Um, Dorian asks Jenny how long it's been since Nikki's been back because she knows that Jenny knew. And she's like,
Mhm.
I'm not really sure. Jenny asks about the room. And basically, we find out that Tina found the letter in that room.
Mhm.
Um, and then I guess the last clip was Vicky sees Jenny. She doesn't remember what she did all day.
Mhm.
She wants to go to some party. Vicky and Clint talk about um, leaving the party. Clint knows Vicky is hiding something. He thinks she's having an affair. She brings up his affair with Echo. He
Mhm.
says he says he will
Played by Kim
sleep in.
Zimmer.
Yeah, he says he will sleep in the guest room so she can stay up with Jenny all night and just talk and whatever. But he's like
Yeah.
mean about it because he thinks she's cheating.
Uh-huh.
Jenny says to rest. Vicky sees Nikki in her dream. Says you can't escape from me. I won't let you. She wakes up screaming for Clint. He
Mhm.
calms her. He stays with her. Vicky apologizes for the echo comment. And that's pretty much all I have from these
Yeah.
clips. But we can have, hopefully, fans will help us out and fill us in
Yeah.
on things that we might have missed. Anyone
I love
listening,
when
fans
fans
out
help
there?
us. Yeah.
Please do, because we're very confused. And I don't think you've never seen these before, right? You just heard about Vicky's
I've
past
heard, yeah, I've
personality?
only known the 90s split.
90s, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, same. I only knew about that. And then I didn't even know about the 70s and the 60s one until I was just reading up on it recently because I was
yeah.
so because I wanted Nikki's first appearance and it says 1969 and I'm like, what?
Mhm.
I thought it was 80 something. So, yeah. So
Yeah.
apparently Nikki comes out whenever Vicky is
Mhm.
pressured and I guess basically by family trauma and
Yeah.
past family trauma, 'cause it seems like. But yeah, I love the Dory and Vicky dynamic is everything. Um, in these clips alone, I was
Mhm.
loving it. I was loving it, even though I was confused, as I still am. But what do you think of them? You like them?
Yeah, I really like them. I mean, great performances by Erica Slezak, Robert Strasser, Andrea Evans.
I meant to bring that up too. I meant to look. I think, think. Erica Slezak won an Emmy for that year. I could be wrong
Oh,
because I think
cool.
she got an Emmy in 1986,
Yeah, so it would have
which
been the
would
previous year.
be 85. So I think I can't 100% remember.
Yeah.
But I'll look it up for next time. So, anything else to say about these episodes
Nope.
or these
I can't.
clips?
Nope, and I can't wait to get into some more of
I want to
Vicky's
get into some
clips.
more. I also I'm going to probably try to look up what else was going around and maybe like give us recaps of
Hmm.
what else was happening in Landview around that time because I'm trying to even remember the Buchanans. Like, what were they doing
Yeah, what
in
are they doing? Aside from Clinton, though.
1985? Aside from who? Oh,
Aside
well,
from
yeah, because
Clinton, because yeah, he's married to Vicky.
he's
So
yeah, he's in Vicky's storyline. But yeah, I think oh they did mention Bo with his woman at the time.
was it
Totally
Didi at
blanking
the
on her.
time?
Yeah, I think so. Is it Delia?
No, Didi, Didi, Didi,
Dee Dee. Yeah, I
Didi.
think you're right. I think they did mention a Dee Dee or something like that.
Yeah, Cord
But
wasn't
yeah,
on the
who
show
else?
yet.
Yeah, Cord wasn't there quite yet, but I think he comes soon. Who else is there? Am I missing one? That's it,
Well,
right? Just the
Yeah,
three
Asa.
guys.
Would Asa be on?
Asa and Renee. Renee would have been
Renee,
on.
yes, Renee.
Renee. And was she the madam back then, or did she stop being a madam at that point? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
We'll have to
I
find
really only
out.
know, like the Vicky stuff. So
Yeah, I know that's all we really have. You
hmm
know, we got to see. Maybe there's like a full episode or two out there, and we can kind of like brush up on what else is going on.
hmm
Give a little recap.
yeah.
All right, well, I'll wrap this episode up. Thanks for joining Queers and Soaps for today. Join us on other socials or follow us on other socials. Like, subscribe, comment. We would love to know what you like about One Life to Live, how long you watched, and if you can fill in the gaps of any of the things that we talked about, because I'm a tad confused.
Me
How
too.
long was Nikki around for? I know a lot of times, what I
How long was Vicky
realized
around
was,
for? I can give you that answer. Since the beginning, she was played by
no, no,
somebody else, and then she played it all the way to the end.
no, Nikki. How long Nikki
Oh,
was
Nikki!
around
I
for?
thought you meant Vicky. I'm like,
This time. So a lot of times what I noticed in a lot of soaps and watching clips and stuff is a lot of them start in like a storyline in September and end it in May.
hmm,
So I'm wondering, because you said Tina came back in summer of that year, so she was probably back for like in time for that storyline with Vicky. So I'm wondering if Nikki was around for about 9 months and we're watching all these clips. That's why a lot of them aren't lining up exactly. Now we do have more clips to watch,
yeah.
but anywho, I'll continue wrapping up. um, have a good day, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.